What's going on, guys? So I'm pretty new to this whole UAD console interface and how this whole thing works. I've had my Apollo Twin for a couple of years now, but I just decided to actually buy some plugins because I wanted to get my audio sounding a little more professional. So I went and I picked up the Neve 1073, the Teletronics LA2A, the CVox for noise removal, which by the way is complete magic. It's the best plugin I've ever seen for getting rid of background noise, and the auto tune. But I digress. That's beyond the point. What I want to talk about in this video is specifically the Neve 1073, and this could be true probably with any preamp, but I'm trying to understand why there's a massive difference between putting it in your Unison slot and then putting it in an actual insert into the vocal chain, because there is a massive difference. I understand the Unison slot, the whole idea is to use the technology. It's supposed to copy the gain staging and the impedance of the actual hardware. So it's going to sound different, but there's a massive difference. Because you'll notice right now I'm not using either. Right now I'm using the actual sterile Unison preamps that are built into the interface. And it sounds pretty good. It's nice and smooth voice. But now you see the 1073 over here. This is the one that's in my Unison slot. And you can see I got this bad boy cranked all the way up to 65 to try to get some saturation into it. And I was trying to understand because I watch a lot of these YouTube videos and stuff on it, and everyone's saying like, "Oh, you got to keep it down here at like 30 to 40." And I'm like, if I got it down to 30 to 40, I'm getting no signal whatsoever. Like my mic input is so low, it's not even funny. And not only that, but I'm just not getting any saturation out of it. And it's like if I'm going to use the Neve, I want to get that saturation. That's the whole purpose. Otherwise, I might as well not even spend $100+ on this stupid thing. Like, why would I do that? Doesn't make sense, right? Trying to get some of that analog sound into it. So I cranked it up to 65, and I'll turn it on. So now it's on, and you can hear there's a little bit of grittiness, there's a little bit of crunchiness to my voice, but there's not a whole lot in comparison. Now I can turn this up to 80. It's going to get a little louder, most likely. I'm not sure how it's going to work in OBS because OBS will still limit it. But now on 80, you know what I mean? Now it's a bit more gritty, but it's also probably a bit louder as well. And louder is going to just sound better, in any circumstance. So that's not necessarily meaning that you're getting much more saturation out of it, but I'm sure there's a little bit more there. But that's on 80. No one's going to put it on 80 anyways. Um, but yeah, so you got that going on. Now, when I go to switch over to here, I want you to hear the difference. There's a massive difference if I put it in my insert. And I noticed this because I was inside of my DAW over here and I tried it in here and there was a massive difference. But for some reason, I wasn't getting that out of the UAD console, so I didn't really understand it. But going back here, now if I was to engage this, now you're going to see I'm still getting the same level, out of 30 down here. And if I was to increase this, like it's going to get more and more gritty. And I'm sorry I can't hear myself right now. It's probably like really getting glitchy. But I'm just going to go up real quick to 50. I'm not going to go beyond that because I'm sure it's going to be ear piercing. But yeah, so you see the difference there? There's like a massive difference. And I'm just not understanding why, putting it into the insert actually, in my opinion, sounds better than using it in the Unison slot, at least as far as trying to get some of that saturation, that grittiness, because I really want to hear the difference. Like, I understand this is a pretty subtle thing, but I want to be able to hear the difference. Like, if I'm spending this kind of money, I want to get some of that real saturation in my voice. Not a ton. That's why I got around the 30 mark right now, but I want to hear a difference. And I definitely hear a difference with this setting. So I don't know. It's strange to me. Another thing that I find very strange, real quick, is I also have the Artura 1073 for my OBS. But for some reason, when I try to run that in OBS as a filter, and I had it cranked all the way to 20, like I hear no difference. And I'm not sure why that is either. That was another reason why I went into my DAW and I tried it in there. And in my DAW, you know what I mean? It sounds perfectly fine. Like, let me turn this off and then turn it on here. And you can see it's cranked to 20. And if I was to play this back real quick, there's definitely some grit there. Not a ton for being fully cranked, but there's definitely some grit there. But I don't get that in OBS. It sounds exactly the same as if I didn't have it on there at all. So I'm not sure why that's the case, but that's a different problem in and of itself. I'm more so worried about this whole UAD thing, because now I'm like, do I even bother keeping it in this slot? Because I don't think I should. I think I should just keep it here in the chain and say screw the Unison slot, which is, it sucks because, I mean, you're paying for that technology, and then it's like, it's not really working out the same way. I don't know. But I'd love to hear your guys' feedback on this if anyone watches this video. So thanks for watching.